Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a new episode of Transcending the Culture. I am one half of the dynamic duo. It's your boy, James. I am here with the ever so beautiful Cat Queen. What's up, lady?
Hey y'all.
Listen, it's good to see you. It's so good to be on with you tonight. I know we did not have a
As
show.
always.
And when I tell you, people was messaging like, what's up? What's up with the show? When is the show coming back on? You know, I told you that I got messages yesterday. People like, it's show tomorrow. So I am so excited to be back with you. I'm glad for us to be back on live. I miss you, cuz.
I know I miss you. I'm gonna be so happy to see your face in person.
I know. I am so excited. There's so much stuff going on in the city. A fashion show going on that I definitely need to fill you in on because I need to talk to my friend about tickets and all that kind of stuff. I'm debating though. But we're gonna talk about that definitely after the show. Of course, the Legend Awards is coming up this weekend, which I am so excited about it just because we are the media, the official media team behind this year's edition of the Legend Awards. So many amazing people are going to be there. We got a lot of up and comers, a lot of people from around the city, a lot of people who are getting awards and getting acknowledged for the amazing music that they have been making. And that's not just here. Of course, it is Columbus, it's Cincinnati, like some of everywhere around Northeast Ohio. And it's going to be a really amazing event. And then on top of that, you got people like Kane, who is signed to Crazy Bones Thug Line Records, or Crazy Bone and Wishbone's Thug Line Records. He's getting an award. Wishbone is getting an award, so he's supposed to be at the show. So many people. We got like 9 platforms who are going to be on the red carpet.
Wow.
Which I think is just super dope. Of course, journalist Shay is going to be there, so I feel like I ain't seen journalist Shay in month of Sundays. So
I know, we love her.
I'm so excited that she is going to be there. And listen, it's a whole lot of stuff going on in your world too. For Cat Got Your Tongue. Listen.
Well, I will be one of the official hosts of the Legend Awards. If you guys don't know, it was just announced last week, so I will be hosting. So get ready for some fun. You know, all my antics. You never know what's gonna go down with me. So be prepared.
Trust me,
I hope y'all are prepared because it's gonna be a good time. So I'm excited. We are nominated for 2 different awards. I am nominated for Best Host, and we are also nominated for Best Podcast. So I'm very excited. Although, what do they say? Although it's just an honor to be nominated, but I really would like to see how this is going to outcome. And then a lot of the categories are so stacked. Did you see the R&B Divas category?
I did.
Did you see the R&B Divas? I said I don't know who to vote for. We got Artinka, Angel Dust, Charity, Ivana. Yeah. I'm like, what do I do? I'm like,
and listen, I was going to say Artinka, and now I'm like, damn, but Charity. Because Charity was doing her thing too. Like Charity.
And Charity will be performing at the Legend Awards. Charity and Artinka. So it's going to be some dope performances. I hope you guys got your tickets because the word on the street is they're selling fast. So
yeah. Listen, it ain't even just a word on the street. They are selling fast. They are. They really are. And I think it's a testament to not only what they do, but when you look at the last Legend Awards, which we were a part of as well. We were on the red carpet. But when you look at what they did, the turnout that they had, and just how well they did with that, and of course we got a Legend Award or did we get an award or I got an award or
You
you
got
know?
award.
I'm,
Yeah, you got that.
I
The
swear, I think this
IBC.
Alzheimer's is kicking in. Like I swear to God, I'd be like, what's her name
Hmm.
again?
Yeah, you got the IBC award.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, it's gonna be an amazing time. Like I am super excited. I do think I'm gonna have Isaiah Austin and Elijah there this time too.
Mm,
Just
okay.
just as a presence, I think that is good. I think it'll be good for us to have them there, um,
Hmm.
and just kind of walking around. I'm gonna put some stuff together that they could pass out to people.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
it's a lot of stuff going on, but I am excited.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So, anything else you got before we bring our amazing guest on tonight?
No, not that I know of.
You're like, no, what the?
I'm like, is it? I don't got no announcements right now.
You like, no, I ain't got nothing.
We got some, stuff working on in the future, but to be announced, to be announced. So
Absolutely. So, let me see. I want to. Okay, there we go. I'll pull this up really quick. There we go. Okay, so put that down. Pull that up. On Sunday. Like, I think they have done a really good job with pulling things together, and the people who are going to be on the carpet, like they have been super responsive and getting back to me about stuff, which
love
um,
that.
it's a lot. Trying to pull a lot of this stuff together and get everybody on board and all of that stuff. So I am super excited. What else is happening in your world while I pull this document up?
Just same old guys. I will be doing the next make them laugh Mondays. I had to
Yeah.
reschedule from Monday. Unfortunately, it's a lot of people been under the weather, so I
Yeah.
had to, deal with that. But they reached out to me and want me to, do another one. So that will be announced soon. For
How
the
does
next
that feel to be
edition.
coming back? How does that feel to be coming back doing that?
It feels good. It feels good that people remember me, people, still interested in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I had a lot of good awesome feedback and offers and things that I got and that was my debut,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
so
You shut them down.
mhm.
You shut them down on the debut. Like
Yeah.
you shut them down on the debut.
So it's super exciting, and that's one thing that I say I love about Cleveland is very inclusive. Once you come in and they see you about your stuff and you got your snuff, you got the talent. They'll really help you out anyway. So that's
Yeah.
why shout out to Kevin Ford,
Uh-huh.
um, and John Bruton. They just really could keep up with me, stay in touch with me and things like that, support me. So I really am thankful for all the people really that live in Cleveland, because I'm just a girl from Akron. What LeBron say? I'm just a kid from Akron. I'm just a girl from Akron. So it's nice to come in somewhere and get received with so much love and so many opportunities. So I will be going forward with that. And hopefully, I've talked to a couple of the comedians at the Funny Bone. So hopefully one day I
Yeah.
won't just be in the audience, I will be on
Listen,
stage. So
it's
that
gonna
is,
happen.
one of my goals.
Speak it into existence. It is absolutely gonna happen. It's absolutely
Yeah.
gonna happen. So okay, so I do want to go ahead and transition over into our guest segment. I'm really excited about the guests who we are having tonight. I see a few more people popping in. So again, I
Hmm.
want to say welcome to the show tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tonight on Transcending the Culture, we are stepping into purpose, passion, and pure impact. Our guest, she is not just an educator. She's a builder of futures. She's a champion for inclusion and a voice for those who deserve to be seen, to be heard, and to be celebrated. With over 2 decades in education, a powerful presence in special education, and a heart deeply rooted in community service, she is changing lives both inside and outside of the classroom. From mentoring young minds to coaching through unity and empowerment with Special Olympics Georgia. to leading innovation in STEM through robotics. She represents what it truly means to lead with purpose. We are talking about legacy, we're talking about inclusion and breaking barriers, and what it means to truly believe that every individual is defined for greatness, or is destined, I'm sorry, for greatness. UGD fam, we want you to help us to welcome the incredible, the impactful Natasha Luster.
Yay! Hi, everyone.
Oh, come on, StreamYard. Come on, work with us now. Hey,
how are y'all doing?
Listen, we try to give you like the red carpet rollout, and really let everybody know what we are dealing with here. We are so grateful, to have you here on the platform. I think it's really, really exciting. How you feeling?
I am feeling fabulous.
Okay.
I'm feeling great.
Okay. That's better than when we first got on. You said you was a little nervous.
Yeah. Yes. I'm great.
Okay.
Thank you all. Thank you all for having me.
Absolutely. I think that, like I was saying before we actually went live, like it's imperative that we have, individuals like yourself here on the show and on the platform. Like it really speaks to our mission to, like I said, elevate, uplift and encourage the community and, just the culture as a whole. I've seen, and I think a lot of people see, a lot of the direction where culture is going and some of the things that you see out there with media, especially with podcasts. And so many people are getting into podcasting now. And everybody is trying to do that one thing that's going to push them viral and get them out there and help them get the clicks and the numbers and all of that stuff. And while we care about the numbers, as I said, like we absolutely have an organic following. So we have people, the people who we see here on our shows, on our platforms and whatnot, like we see them all the time. We get new people each week, but we see the same faces. We see the same people, especially when we start looking at the comments and the people who, like, we see a lot of the same people. And it just goes to show that, it proves to us that we are doing something that's valuable and, that's worthy to the community and worthy to the culture. So you are helping us with that. So as I said before, you are now family, whether you like it or not. You got to bring something to the picnic, and we don't want no potato salad. But you can
no raisins. I told you. No raisins. No.
Listen, our last guest was like, and it ain't gonna have no raisins.
No
in it. You are my people. So usually I will let Cat Queen kind of kick us off with the questions, but I'm gonna start us off real quick. Just to say, once again, thank you for coming on. And I would love for you, first and foremost, just to let everybody know who you are, what you do, and why you are so special to the world.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Natasha Luster. I am a teacher. I am a unified partner, a coach, former robotics coach. I am a community activist. What I mean, I go to different resource fairs. I am out there being the voice for those that don't have a voice, and I just love what I do. I've been doing it since my sister's been on this earth since 1982. So she's special needs. My niece is special needs. I have a great nephew who's special needs. So I'm just in the special needs realm, and I love everything that I do. So
I think it's beautiful. I'm instantly going back to the conversation that we had when we initially talked about 2-3 weeks ago, and you just giving me a rundown of all the things that you did. And of course, when we talked about special needs and Special Olympics, it made me think of my amazing cousin here, who is just like when I think of special needs moms, like she got it together, and she has taught me so much just about not just her experience, but what a lot of people are going through, and what I'll say the quote unquote patient is going through. With the challenges and the battles that they have and that they are facing. And I look at Kat, again, like one of these amazing special needs moms. Like her daughter is getting ready to graduate high school, and doing it. And, in a society that has made her and made Kat believe that these things are not possible. I had
Yes.
I had a PR client that I was working with, and
Mhm.
she's a special needs mom, and just to
Mhm.
see all the things that she has been able to do with her son,
Mhm.
Mhm.
things that doctors said this is never going to happen, and they're not going to be able to do this, and they're not going to be able to function, and they're not
Yeah.
going to be able to live a regular life, and you
Yeah.
see these kids
Every day.
Thriving.
healing and
Every
thriving.
day.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I think it's amazing, and is due largely in part to people like you. So
Mhm.
I think it is just so amazing. And if you
Yeah.
recall when we talked a few weeks ago, I was like, "Oh, you and Kat gonna hit it off because I said y'all gonna hit it off instantly."
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I think what you do is just so amazing, and
Thank you.
I don't I don't want to just keep throwing it at you, but I'm just like you do amazing work,
Yeah.
um, and it needs to be celebrated. That's why in the
Thank you.
intro we said it's a celebration
Yeah.
because not a lot of people like you
Mm-mm.
who do it the way that you do, and who do it with love and passion,
Thank you.
and it's so needed. It's
Yeah.
so needed. So
It
thank you
is.
for that.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to add, I've been raising my niece since she was 6 years old, and she
Yeah.
has autism, and she's
Okay.
currently a freshman. And it was challenging. It was
I
challenging
bet.
at first, but
Mhm.
one of the things I noticed, like with my students, they have to have some form of routine. A
Mm.
lot of people don't know that. You have to teach
Mhm.
them some form of routine, and once I taught her the routine, she definitely followed it. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
most parents who are going through raising a child with autism, when they first come into the world, just teach them a routine. When they first
Mhm.
come out, and she's very musically inclined. You have they yeah, they are
Kayla,
very
that's
musically
Kayla.
inclined. They have some form of talent. It might
Yeah.
not be
Mhm.
academically, but
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
do have some form of talent, and you
But
just
they
have
do.
to find it.
But they do well at this kind. Like I think of my
Mhm.
little cousin, and like obviously all the things that Kat has taught her. But
Mhm.
when you think of and this always sticks out to me. But like when you think of kids with their tablets and their iPads and stuff like that, and Kat will do everything in her power to lock it down and do all
Yeah.
of this stuff. And she'll come back 25 minutes later and Kayla done unlocked it and figured it out and she doing her
Yeah.
thing, whatever. And it's
Um,
like,
That is her
that is
number
my
one
niece. That's my niece. Yeah.
yeah,
that music. She loves YouTube, and for
Yeah.
her everything is new. She don't know what's old school or
uh-huh,
whatever, so she listens to everything. And it's just like, she doesn't forget a song, she doesn't forget a
Mm-mm.
melody, she doesn't forget a commercial.
Mm-mm.
It could be years later,
Yep.
and shit, I'd be like, "Oh girl, hold on, what you talking about, some fishy McBites? Hold on,
Yep.
let me go." Big mouth bass. What you know about that? I'd be like, girl,
Yeah.
where'd you get this from?
Yeah.
But like you said, they're just so, and like when people say special needs, and you have to not just think of the special needs part, but the special part.
The
The
right.
special,
special. Yeah.
they're different,
Yeah.
and so it's just wonderful to have people like you
Thank you.
in our corner.
Yeah.
Can you explain to our transcenders who you are and what exactly you do?
Okay. Well, let me start with my teaching. I've been teaching for 19 years as a regular education teacher. I've taught first grade, third grade, fifth grade. I've taught all subjects. I've taught science. I've taught science and math. I've taught science and social studies. I've done now robotics during my general education. That was
Mm.
7 years. And during those 7 years, I've actually advanced my team to two super regionals in Columbus, which was amazing,
Wow.
to teach those students. And the best thing
Mhm.
about robotics, what I just did not get just general education people. I actually mixed it up because you'll be
Mhm.
surprised, some kids might not know how to do things academically, but they can do a lot of
Mhm.
hands-on stuff. They
Uh-huh.
can
Yeah.
perform with science
Mhm.
and everything like that. I was a pre-engineering major, became a teacher. So
Mhm.
that's my heart. Science and math is my heart, and I
Mhm.
try to stress it out to any way, shape, and form that I can. I love doing science experiments for my kids. They look forward to it. They
Mhm.
do. They really
Mhm.
do look forward to it. As a coach, I've been coaching since 2008. I started off as an assistant coach of softball and basketball, and I became a unified partner with my sister, my baby sister, in bocce and in bowling. And um, during this time, we lost some athletes, unfortunately, and I had to take the role of becoming a coach. We lost the matriarch of our organization, which devastated me. So I had to step up and become the coach, bocce coach, rhythmic gymnastics coach, as well as bowling coach. So we've been acing it. We've been acing it. My sister, let me go back to my sister. She was chosen to represent the state of Georgia in the 2014 USA Games. As in 2015, she was actually the female athlete of the year, state athlete of the year. So, it's a lot, but I love it. I love every moment of it. I don't get tired of it, because
I was
I
gonna say, where do
love
you
what I
find the
do.
time? Where do you find the time? It's like you just got so, it's like each way, but it's like all you found a way to tie in all of your interests, and take a little bit of this here and a little bit of that there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wanted to talk to you about the robotics,
hmm
because like you said, my daughter, the reason why she destroys so much things is because she want to know how it works. She
yeah,
wants to
yeah,
know how. So I'm constantly buying remotes,
yeah,
electronics,
yeah.
toys, and stuff, because that's how their mind works. So I can
hmm
only imagine that you had some special needs kids that were great at this.
Very
Um,
good. Very great. Let me
yes.
tell you, my very first year of being a coach, my boss, my former principal came to me and asked me, "Can you have a particular student as a member of the team?" Now, this student had academic problems, behavior problems, and I took him under my wing. I said, "Okay, let me give him a shot." So what we did, I introduced him to the robot. Now, this Lego, you know how Lego works. You have 1,000 pieces. I didn't know
Mhm.
anything about Lego. It was new to me and it was new to him. But when I tell you, he took so much pride in building that robot, because the great thing about First Lego League, you have to build a robot. You have to program the robot to do different missions.
Mhm.
So he took it under his wing. He said, "Can I build a robot?" He built it. "Can I do the robot missions on the table?" He did it. And guess what? We got a trophy. We got a trophy because of him. And
That's
it
amazing.
is it just once that happened, I said, "Okay, I really know my purpose." Because, you know, people see the academic side, but they don't see their other
Mhm.
things. Their other love, things that they love. And, so I was able to see that in him. Yeah.
That's so sweet. I always was interested in STEM. In
hmm
college, I had wrote a few magazines about women in STEM and
hmm
just different advancements and things like that. But
hmm
I have a mind for biology and environmental
Yeah.
science. Now, when you get down to the exact and the numbers and
Yeah.
I be like, okay, I'm gonna leave
Yeah.
leave that
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
y'all. I'm more of an English, big concept picture person, but
Yeah.
it's just always something that interests me. I love learning about different technological advances and
Yeah.
engineering and things. It's just
Yeah.
so, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. So you
Yeah.
said that you started your journey in the special needs community through your sister.
hmm
So how was that? Because I know my daughter was diagnosed in the 2010 early 2010s,
hmm
and it was still relatively new. Things are nowhere near what they are now, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine you starting that early. So please
Yeah.
kind of walk me through a little bit of your early journey.
Okay. Well, like I said, it started with my sister in 1982. She had learning disabilities. She had a speech impediment, and it was all diagnosed in kindergarten. But the great thing about what she went through is that they taught her the basic skills, like count
Mhm.
money, reading, how to take care of herself, and I just really love that and enjoyed, seeing that. And then instilled me to say, "Okay, this is it for me. This is it." I just love what they did, and just to see her grow now. When I tell you, very talented, she's the sweetest thing. If you meet her, she will give you the biggest hug. And
Mhm.
and but that's my heart. That is my sweetheart. We travel together. She's my sidekick. If you don't
Mhm.
see my niece, you're gonna see my sister. But but yeah, but through her, like I said, this I just was engulfed in the special needs, and she actually did Special Olympics when she was in elementary school. So I had a taste of,
What?
yeah, she did it then. She was actually
Okay.
a cheerleader. She started off as a cheerleader and as
Oh.
a mascot. She had all. I remember the picture. She actually was the class. It was like, what was it? A tiger. They had her dressed like a little tiger
That's so
during the
cute.
open ceremony, and I thought that was the cutest thing. And it's just so much. I just love what I do.
Yeah.
I just really do love what I do.
And that's why inclusion matters,
It
and
does.
especially when they're young, and
Yeah,
they should be doing those type of things. I
yeah.
know a lot of people will say, oh well, they shouldn't be in a program, or what if they
Mhm.
mess things up or whatever. My daughter's school and stuff, my daughter always went to mainstream schools. They
Uh-huh.
don't care about nothing. Listen, in the
No.
Christmas pageant, she was the angel. Then she was the angel. They was lifting her up in the back of
Yep.
the kids singing, they just
Yeah.
lifted her in the back. I'm like, that's what
Yeah.
y'all do.
Yeah.
But they're like, that's our baby, she's going to be included, and that's something that has pushed her to a level beyond what was expected of her, because my daughter is
Exactly.
level 3 autism,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of behavioral issues, and mostly
Yeah.
nonverbal. And they
Yeah.
said it would be hard for her to learn how to be in school and be
Mm-hmm.
mainstreamed and go all the way, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
proud to say she has,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot more than what I was told she would be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to have those people that include them, and then that are
Yeah.
advocates for them as well.
Yeah.
I also do advocacy. I worked for 3 years as it's called a family peer supporter, but it used to be, like parent peer supporter. So it's
Mm-hmm.
anybody that has a child or a family member or is a caretaker of somebody with disability. So
Mm-hmm.
that way I can be a peer to you. I know what you're going through. This is not
Yeah.
just, I'm not just a social worker that don't know,
Yeah.
what your troubles are. I know because I've been through it, and I'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
look, this is what you need to do. You need to call such and such at this
Yeah.
number and go to this doctor, and
Yeah.
don't leave. Sit in the
Yeah.
waiting room and tell them you're not, I tell them
Yeah.
the tricks of the trade, because I was one of
Some
the
of them
first.
don't know.
They don't know. You
They don't
don't know.
know.
And that's one thing that I would beat myself up about, is you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And people be like, oh, you didn't know about this, or you didn't know. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no. And when my daughter
Mm-hmm.
was diagnosed, I was 19, 20 years old. I
Yeah.
didn't really understand the magnitude. When they diagnosed her, they handed me a pamphlet, and that was it.
Wow.
I had to literally claw my way
Yeah.
through raising her and getting resources, and
Mm-hmm.
and I've always been great about sharing those. Even to this
Mm-hmm.
day, I'm part of a lot of different Facebook groups, and then have a lot of
Me too.
my friends
Me
are
too.
now having children, and they're
Mm-hmm.
having kids with speech delays, and
Yeah.
this issue, and I can say, hey, do this, do that. And I was
Yeah.
able to help my one friend who, as pandemic babies have a little issues with
Yeah. Yeah.
communication.
They
So
do.
I was able to point her in the right direction. So by the time
Mm-hmm.
he started school, he didn't have an issue after that.
Yeah.
Early interventions, like, there are
Yeah.
certain things that people don't know,
They don't
especially I
know.
feel like in the Black community, where there's
Yeah.
stigma
Yeah.
on different things. No
Yeah.
one wants to be different. No one wants
Mm-hmm.
to speak up. No one
Yeah.
wants to get help.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful for people like you to be
Thank you.
involved.
Yeah.
The Special Olympics, that is just something. My
Yeah.
daughter loves to bowl. Now she's not the best. Now I'll
Yeah.
tell you now, she
Yeah.
she gonna celebrate with every ball
Yeah.
that goes,
Yeah.
whether it hit the pins, whether it's a
Yeah.
gutter ball. That's her favorite part, is she throw it
Mhm.
down there, and then she, yeah, it's just something about it. It's something about special
Yeah.
needs kids they love bowling. I don't
They
know if it's
love
just
it.
the rush of it or the sounds, or I think it's
Mhm.
really stimulating and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So with the Special Olympics, I'm just so in awe of that. Could you just talk a little bit about like what goes into that, and what
Um,
all it entails?
okay. Well, we have various sports. Here in the state of Georgia, we do fall games, we do winter games, and we do summer games. And the athletes actually have the opportunity to pick the sport that they want to participate in. So currently we have a volleyball team, we have an athletics team, and I'm coaching the rhythmic gymnastics team, which consists of my niece.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Which consists of my niece, my sister, and a new athlete. It is all free,
Mm.
But when I tell you the parents, when you go out and you see the parents cheering for their kids compete, because they actually shocked, like, oh my goodness, your child do that? Yes, your child can do this. You know,
Yes, I've seen
they,
some Special Olympic athletes that'll put some regular athletes to
they can
shame.
Yeah.
put them to shame, put them to shame. And every now and then, our athletes will actually compete with members of the community just to prepare for the games.
That's
Um,
so cool.
Yeah, and we love traveling. You know, some of the athletes that we have never left the city. So they
Mm.
look forward to this every year. We, like I said, we've lost some unfortunately, but we've gained some as well. And we're a family. We're a small family. We're not a big group, but we are a family, and we love every last one of them. And one of the things that we tell them, well, this is our little thing at the end. It is all of us. It's all of us. This pertains to all of us. It's not one individual. It is a team thing that we got
Mhm.
going on. But continuing on with what you were saying with Special Olympics, I also do the bowling. My niece and my sister, my sister does individual bowling. My niece, she does ramp bowling. Now that's something that your daughter might like.
Mhm.
And it's a ramp. It's a
That's what
system.
she. That's what she
Yeah,
uses. That's
yeah.
what she uses.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's what they do. And we have a softball team, and I coach the bocce team. And when I tell you inspirational stories behind some of these teams, it'll put you to tears. It really will. You know, especially my last bocce team. One of my athletes actually was very quiet. She rarely says anything, and she just came to us and told us about a situation with the other team, unfortunately. And we told them, just because I couldn't go out there. One of the things as a bocce coach, you can't go out there with your team when they're competing. So I told them,
Mm.
I said, y'all got to work together. Y'all are all the coaches. Y'all are my
Mhm.
assistant coaches. And when I tell you they went out there, I don't know what happened. But when I tell you they came back with that gold medal, they came back with that gold medal. And they said, we
Mhm.
did this for you, coach. I said, so
That's so sweet.
but yeah, I just love it. I just love it. So yeah.
What I I'm curious to know what gave you the kind of patience that it clearly takes, to be able to work with students, of this nature. Like what gave you that kind of patience and courage and strength?
Ooh, that gave me the patience. God. I'm just being real with you. God. Because I see my niece through them. I see my sister. I see my nephew. I see them through them. That's every day. I'm like, what, you know, like to say, what would God do? I would say, what would Destiny do? That's her name. What
Right.
would Destiny do? How will I handle if Destiny did this? So yeah, that's what I have patience. And when they come in, when I tell you, like yesterday, I couldn't go to work, but my kids, when I tell you they know the routine of my classroom, those are my assistant students. So they know my classroom down to a T. So, but that was all based on the fact of teaching them routine. From
Mhm.
day one when they came in, I taught them the routine, and so yeah, it wasn't perfect. Believe you me, it was not perfect at all.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I call them my super learners. In my room, you go around. I'm a Marvel fan. I love Marvel, and they have superheroes
Mhm.
all in my classroom. And if you think about a superhero, they find their powers at a certain time, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's not instant. It's not instant.
It's not. Mhm.
And so I have some wonderful children, and each one of them, they're finding their superpowers at different times. And
Mhm.
when they find it, they get cheered. They
Yeah.
get celebrated. And going back to what you were saying about that inclusion, the great thing about where I work at, they include them in Christmas programs, in any event they have, field trips, they are included with them. One of the things that I did during Christmas is we had three of my students could participate because I wanted to do something special. So what we did, we actually did a Christmas presentation. I had my girls on their little skirts and my little boy with his shades, and we just did a skit. and then and then the
Mhm.
last event that we did, we did a cheer. We were cheerleaders. So that's how I get my kids involved. They had on their little cheerleader outfits, pom poms, and we were just going. I include them in everything that we do there at that school. And when I tell you the faculty and staff embrace them, they do.
Mhm.
They embrace them. They love them,
But
even at
that,
the little lunch.
like, it has to make the kids feel like it, it has to make them feel amazing. I was gonna say it has to make them
Yeah,
feel good, but like they have to feel really, really amazing, to
yeah,
be able to pull this kind of stuff off. And then
yeah.
the fact that they can step in and make sure that everything runs the way it's supposed to if you're not there. Like
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I have several assistant teachers in my classroom, several assistant teachers. Making sure
And
I
I know
have,
some of them be on that schedule. They be like, "Now this is what we supposed to be doing at this time,"
yes,
and then,
yes,
they don't forget.
exactly. I don't have to worry about them breakfast, dismissal, anything. They are leaders. When I tell you they love it, oh my God, I don't have to say anything. I just have to sit back and I don't say nothing. But they are so amazing.
Nah,
Yeah,
I think
um,
it was super amazing.
yeah,
thank
we
you.
have some comments. It says this is absolutely amazing, and oh, how adorable! Love this for those babies. Yeah, it is. I mean, really about inclusion and waiting for them to grow into their own, and you really just have to, like you said, keep them on a routine and
Yeah,
just, guide them and
yeah.
teach them the way. Like, with my daughter, it was like, I mean, it went from, having this typical child doing everything of her age to around 3 years old,
Hmm.
issues. And my daughter actually had regression in
Hmm.
skills, which was,
Yeah.
was very heartbreaking and
Hmm.
confusing for me because she went
Hmm.
from speaking these words and being attentive and eye contact to not wanting to do those things and then having behavioral issues. And it would be a time where I don't know if y'all remember that movie with Helen Keller where the lady was trying to teach her how to
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
and it was like I couldn't reach her. I
yeah,
couldn't, I couldn't I mean, I would be so exhausted. I mean, I would be exhausted and
yeah,
she would just be going on and on and on. And I
yeah.
remember when she was in kindergarten and I told the bus driver, I was like, "Oh, well, she's not going today because she haven't been to sleep in a couple days and I'm losing my mind and this and
Hmm.
that." And the bus driver said, "Is she woke?" I said,
Hmm.
"Yeah." He said, "Is she dressed?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Then why the heck would you not send her to school so you could take a nap? Are you
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
crazy?" And I said, "You know what?
Yeah,
What am I doing?" And that
yeah,
was the beginning of making her get in that routine and say, no matter
yeah,
what happened, you're going to school. You're
yeah,
going to school. You're going to
yeah.
wear, because she didn't want to wear shoes. You're going to wear these shoes.
Hmm.
I'm tie these shoes as tight as I can on these
Yeah,
feet.
yeah.
And and this is what it is. And she always was in had typical peers so that they could model behavior for her. This is how we
Hmm.
walk in the halls. This is how we
Hmm.
sit at lunch. This is how.
Yeah,
And so it was like she was able to do so many things and go on so many field trips and really be a part of the community. And so it just goes to show that when you really put your all into these children, you can really set them up for the rest of their lives.
yes,
It's
yes.
really nothing they can't do, but
Hmm.
just sometimes just a little bit of help, just a little
Just,
help.
just a little
Mhm.
help.
um,
Little help.
and then we have a comment that says this is very good information as well, encouraging for children at every level.
Yeah.
And this is my mother. She is a caretaker with me and my daughter as well.
Okay.
She's one of those grandmas that when my daughter's going through something,
Hmm.
she's online. She's at the library. She's checking
Yeah.
out books. She's like, "Well,
Yeah.
I found this and we could
Yeah.
try this." And
Hmm.
I'm really thankful for her to be a part of my community. I could not have ever done this without her. I am
Yeah.
the sole caretaker, but honey, that's my if I'm the body, that's my right hand right there.
Yeah.
That's my mom.
And one of the things
She
that I do attend, I like to attend a lot of resource fairs. In my community, they do
Yeah.
have a lot of resource
yes,
fairs.
yes,
And
yes.
and
So
I do everything in my power to advertise and let my parents know, let my friends know, because there's
mhm,
so much information out
Mhm.
there that I didn't even know
mhm,
existed, for the
Yeah.
special
yes.
community. I mean, a lot of
Mhm.
information. So,
Yeah, there are. I'm glad that things are where they are now. Like I said, my daughter was diagnosed many years ago, about 15 years ago, and there
mhm,
was like barely anything, and now there are so many support groups, there's so many inclusive things. She's able to go to different groups with peers, and because she's going through her transition into adulthood, I'm going to all we've had a few fairs this year alone just about transitioning and give you the information. And so it's just wonderful to actually be building this community, and making sure it's a part of the community, the regular community as a whole. These are our
Exactly.
people. These are our daughters, sisters, friends,
Yeah.
so we really need to embrace them and really help them and celebrate them, like you said.
Yeah, and there are
Absolutely.
two events that that I strongly participate in. I strongly participate in Night to Shine. This is the fifth. Next year will be 5 years that I participate in Night to Shine. If you've never heard of Night to Shine, oh my God, that is the special needs prom. It's Tim
Oh,
Tebow. That's his event. And when
mm,
I tell you, the church that we participate in does the red carpet, the limousine, they dress up, they do the makeup, they do the
oh,
hair, and it is so beautiful.
Oh, that's
To just
exciting.
see all the athletes. And when I tell you
mhm,
inclusion, all the special needs community people, they come and they participate, volunteers, parents, caregivers. We're spoiled. They spoil
mhm.
us every year. And I look forward to that. I really do look forward to that. And another thing that I participate in, I'm a buddy for the Lee County Challenger League. That's inclusive. That's baseball and kickball. I usually go to
Mm,
that. So but there are so many things out there to keep them busy.
mhm.
So
And that's part of it. You got to keep them busy and keep them social.
Yeah, yeah.
I know a lot of Michaela reverted a lot during the pandemic.
mhm,
With not being able to go out and stuff. So we're lucky to be in an area where we do have a lot of inclusive events and things. So
yeah,
we try to get out. We are dipping our toe back in the social in the social circles.
yeah,
Because she is very right now. She's like that moody teenager. She just want to go in her room and listen to her
yeah,
little songs
yeah.
and slam her door apparently.
Oh, wow.
um and it's just so funny because they like act like the typical their age in
Yeah,
some
that's
ways.
true.
They
That's
really go
true.
through those teenage hormones and
They
those
do.
crushes and
They
heartbreaks,
do.
and they really are their own person. And I think that people really, and I think that sometimes people aren't don't really care about the community until they're in it,
That part.
Yeah,
until
yeah.
they have, and with so many children being diagnosed,
Mhm.
it's like, dang, you gotta be supportive.
Yes.
Everyone should be supportive, and not
Yeah.
just because this is what you're going through.
Yeah.
I really wish that, and I'm glad that now people are learning. It's talked about in schools, it's talked about in churches, and people talk to their children about it.
Yeah.
It's in mainstream media.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different ball game now.
Yeah.
So it's very inspiring. I'm
Thank you.
very happy for the people that are coming behind me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I know people like you and myself are trying to leave a legacy
Yeah.
behind and leave a helping hand behind,
Yes. Yes.
you know. Mhm.
Yes. Because like I said, you got to have the heart. You got to have the heart, and that's the thing that some people,
Mhm.
that a lot of people are saying now. People don't have
Mhm.
heart anymore. You got to have a heart for this.
Mm-mm.
You know
You have to, and see, my problem is I got the heart, but sometimes the patience. The
that
pa-
part
the
too.
pa- the patience. The patience part. Now that part. Now I will say
Yeah.
it's still a struggle for me. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
God's still working me on that one. Um, but that was really my biggest lesson in all of this,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because I've always been I'm just an emotional person, whether
Mhm.
it's happy, sad. I can just go from a 2 to a 10. Just that's just me. And then
Mhm.
2 seconds later, I'm not even worried about it. I blow up, and then it's like, what y'all mad about? It ain't even that serious. My mom begins so mad at me because I be like, well, it's not such and such. Oh, here we go. Blah blah blah. So you just funked up the whole room with your energy, and then you just go about your business.
Yeah.
Right.
But having a child with any kind of disability, I had to literally learn. I can't yell at you. I can't take away this. I can't
Mm-mm.
do this. I can't. It's nothing I can do
Mm-mm.
to make any of this like, oh my. I mean, I would be trying to drag her out the stove. No,
Falling
I want
out, everything.
The
Yes.
Barbie dream
Yes.
house, you know. Everybody
Yes.
looking at me. I used to just go ahead and throw over my shoulder and what y'all looking at? It's time to I said it's time to
Yeah.
go.
Right.
You know, but God really worked on me with that patience.
Yeah.
Because once I realized it's nothing that my
You can do.
anger,
Yeah.
my anger is not helping. It's
Mm-mm.
actually making it worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I cannot do that. I can't
Yeah.
be that person. I can't be so emotional. I have to. There was times where she would do
Had to
stuff
have
and
that
I would have to teach
some
myself
moment.
to just I would just plain face, no
Yeah.
emotion, no sighing, no nothing, because that would just it would keep it going, or she would feed off my energy.
Right.
And that's something that I'm blessed to have because now I have that skill for life and I'm
Mhm.
able to use that and become a better person for that.
And some
Hmm.
You
parents
know,
don't
that's
understand, an autistic child most times repeat everything that they do, behavior wise.
that is the thing. She
Yeah.
will go in these
Yeah.
cycles. And then on top of that, she will repeat whatever you say to her when you mad.
Uh-huh.
Cause my mom, what does she be saying to you? You better stop that, or something my
Yeah.
mom said to her in kindergarten. And to this day, she'll go in my mom's room, like, you better stop that. One time and every time she come to me and she always gotta say my accent with it or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Every day she come to me and she laughing because she think it's funny. She
Yeah.
come to me and say, don't you ever do that again. And be falling out laughing. I be just like, dang, is that how I sound?
Right.
How I sound, you know?
Yeah.
So like you have to really control
Yeah.
and you have to have
You
the
do.
heart for it, you
You
know?
do.
And I've always been a compassionate person. So when I had this child and I was very, very young, I didn't really, but I just loved her so much that I said, I don't care what's wrong. I don't care
Mhm.
what issues I'm figured out. I'm gonna scoop this baby up and we're gonna figure it out together no matter what. And
Yeah.
so I've been able to just share that with my community, and it's something that is one of the things that make me most proud about my
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
is being able to leave that type of legacy behind in the work that I do, and especially in this community.
Yeah.
So it's just wonderful to just have you on. That's what Jay said. Y'all go
Okay, we
we gonna
clicking.
click because it's
We are
just like
clicking.
I'm
I
just
knew y'all
in
would.
awe. I'm just in awe.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some people. Kat, you're such an amazing. Thank you, such an amazing mom. Cause honey, some days I'd be like, ugh. All she ate was this. She didn't get no sleep.
Yes.
I'd be just thinking like,
Yes.
it's. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing good enough. I'm not doing.
Yes.
You can have those doubts, but it's just the where we are now. We still have our struggles. We have our everyday. Every
You
day is
do.
something different.
Yeah.
But I'm just proud of her, and I'm ready for me and her next chapter. So,
Okay.
what does your next chapter look like? How long do you think you're gonna be doing everything and pulling every which way?
Oh my God. Until that's hard. That's really hard to answer, because that's my heart. I've been doing it for so
Mhm.
long. Teaching, I might not do that much longer because I've embraced going out in the community and bringing, those special needs people in who might need, someone to just support them in some kind of way. So, but I've done 23 years of teaching. So, but I'm seeing myself going in a different avenue towards the special needs community. So, but I'm really am looking at just embracing that community, helping out in any way, shape, and form, and I'm just going with the flow, just going with the flow.
So, what do you have to say for anyone that is a caretaker or someone that is struggling with special needs? What message do you have for them?
The message that I have is it's going to be rough at first. It's going to be rough, but you have to be patient. You have to learn some form of routine. Like with my situation, raising my niece since was 6, she started off loving certain foods, and then now she don't eat those foods, and she stayed up watching TV at a certain time. You have to learn some form of routine. Like
Mhm.
I've experienced that too with behavior, going out in public, having those STEM moments, the
Mhm.
people looking and not understanding. That's her calming herself down. She's STEM.
Mhm.
And she's still a child, even though she's a special.
Mhm.
She loves those light toys and stuff like that. You just have to meet them halfway.
Mhm.
You just have to meet
Yeah.
you have to meet them halfway.
Oh my
You
goodness.
can't throw in that towel. You really cannot throw in that towel.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm.
you have to be very patient. When I mean patient, very patient, and it's gonna all work out at the end. It's gonna be so
Mhm.
rewarding, like you said, with your daughter. It's all gonna pay out at the end. And you're gonna
Mhm.
cry. You're gonna cry. You are going to cry because you're going to see her
Mhm.
go across that stage, and
Mhm.
that's going to be so wonderful to experience that. We have 3 more years with my niece, and my sister, she graduated. We all cried because we knew what she went through. She went through
Mhm.
those struggles, and caregivers, they just got to understand, just be patient, and just don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Don't throw in the towel
Mhm.
because they need you. We are their voices. If there's nobody else out
Mm.
there that's going to speak up for them, it's got to be us. We got to speak up for them.
Mhm.
We got to.
Have to. I love what you said. Their voices. That is really what I've had to be for my daughter. Because, like I said, she's mostly nonverbal. Now she talked to
Mhm.
me. Now
Yeah.
she she'll
Yeah.
cuss me out in a second. She let me know this what I want. This what I don't want. Um, but like you said, and then I think just people really need to keep their minds open and not be so judgmental. Like you said,
Yeah.
they in some ways can be like the typical kids. Sometimes they're not. My
Hmm.
daughter, she struggles with the dentist, so she has to get put to sleep for the whole shebang.
Yeah.
And so, well, we had a tradition where we would go and pick out a toy that
Hmm.
she could have the night before, and she could play with that,
Hmm.
during the thing. And one time they were wheeling her away to surgery, and one nurse said, "Isn't she too old for that?" When
Okay.
I tell you, I had to turn that
You
hospital
see how
upside down.
we
I couldn't believe it, but I
okay.
really, after I was her voice, I had to go cry because it's like,
Yeah.
what gave you the audacity to say that about somebody's
Yeah.
child, whether
Yeah.
you knew what was going on or not? That's just so rude. It's just so rude.
Yeah.
Right.
What in your small mind couldn't imagine a child wanting to play with that? You see her happy playing with it as you wheeling
Exactly.
her away to surgery. What
Yeah.
I just really couldn't believe it. And we've had
Hmm.
moments like that. And I was glad to say that they're becoming fewer, with people, really
Hmm.
having more awareness of those things.
Hmm.
But
Mhm.
like my daughter, like you said, she goes through where I'll buy a whole thick case of something this week. And guess what? She don't like it no more. You gotta change,
Hmm.
gotta change it out. And she
Yeah.
is a child of variety. So last
Very
week was
picky.
Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. This week is Pepsi, Pepsi, Pepsi. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, girl, I done bought all these Coca-Colas. What we gonna
Yeah.
do? And then, like you said, the sleeping on the TV at night. I had to buy my daughter a smaller TV
Yeah.
because at night, baby, I'm wrapping it up and it's coming in my room
Yeah.
because I know that you're gonna be getting up,
Up.
cutting it,
Yeah.
cutting it on,
Yeah.
sitting there and she be watching in the silence. That's what I'm saying. Like, girl, you sneaky.
Yeah.
If you can sneak that good, that then
They
I can use that
they
skill
are
another
aware.
way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why I be telling people she is. There's no way she's
Hmm.
incredibly intelligent,
Yeah.
incredibly perceptive.
Yeah.
She will literally listen. If I hide a snack in the kitchen, she gonna listen. And be like, okay, that's that cabinet right above the microwave,
Yeah.
right behind the sugar. I can
Yeah.
hear her moving it,
Yeah.
and then she come past my room, eat my snack like, haha, So it's just I'm in all those things, but it's just like you said, you really have to teach them and just really have compassion, and
You do.
they can teach you even more
A
than you
lot.
could ever
A
teach
lot.
them.
Yes. Yes. When I tell you complete turnaround, I used to be one of those that was just sad and mad and upset with the world.
Mm-hmm.
But
Uh,
since oh my God,
mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to cry, so,
Mm-hmm.
they've taught me a lot. They taught me, when I tell you, oh my God, those are my hearts. Those are my hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine how life would be without them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Oh, Brandy Langston, that's another great special needs mom. Wanted to give a shout out to her.
Okay.
Hey,
It's
Brandon.
just I see some of the community coming in. She is a great mom as well. It's
Okay.
just nice to see we support each other. That's one of my friends from school. And
Mhm.
when her child had some issues, she was quick to message me, hey girl, I know you got that autism mom thing. What
Yeah.
and I was able to get,
Yeah.
give her a couple tips and things, and it's like, she's really, really grown. So
Yeah.
nice to see you in the room, Brandy. Very appreciative of your support. She's one of
Yeah.
our transcenders. She I just love everybody in here. I'm just getting off. I'm like, feel like you. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry because these, oh my gosh, these parents and these kids, it's just so, and this honestly is not a side I show of myself a lot.
Hmm.
I've had people say some horrible things, to me and to my child,
Hmm.
and I just kind of wanted to give her a, be protective of her,
Yeah.
especially, they go through the times where I don't want to take a picture and I don't want you all in my face with
Yes.
that camera and stuff.
Yes.
I'm a teenager
Yes.
now. So,
Yeah.
I've been letting her grow and thrive on her own. But,
Hmm.
I'm just so proud and just glad to be a part of this community. So you talked about your lessons and what you would want the caretakers to know. What
Hmm.
would you like our audience to know about you and what you are doing? Anything that you want them to know?
Well, really, I was that kind of person that was kind of private. I'm just being honest with you. I
Hmm.
didn't let people know all what you just what he what James read. They didn't know all this. Like you said, how were you able to do all of that? It was just something I just love, But
Hmm.
I was just private. I didn't want people to know because sometimes when you let people know everything,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it don't go well. So I
Hmm.
was just a very private person, and I just did on the sidelines, and and other
Hmm.
people got credit for it. I didn't get credit for it, which is fine with me.
Hmm.
I didn't mind. I didn't care. So,
Right.
but that's me. I
But that
want
speaks
people to
to
now know who I am, and I
Hmm.
appreciate you guys for bringing me here to allow me that opportunity to let them know this is all what I did, and I'm
Hmm.
still here.
but but that speaks to it speaks to you and your personality, and it speaks to who you are as a person. Like there's so many educators out here who are not doing it as a passion, and they're not doing it for the love of it. Um, and it shows with what you're doing because of all of the different measures that you're taking and all of the different steps that you're making, and just all of the things that you're doing to make that impact and
Yeah,
to make it more inclusive.
yeah.
And the fact that you look at your students as your super assistants and super learners, like I think that is so amazing, and just somebody who it is working to help them to conquer, to conquer and you know re- you know move forward,
Yeah.
with their battles and whatnot. I don't know why I'm so tongue tied over here, but I think that you do an amazing job with what it is that you do. And again, we don't see enough educators out here who are doing it for the love of it and for the
Yeah.
passion of it. And with everything that you're doing, with every breath that you're taking, like people can see that you
Yeah.
really, really love this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, just in terms of, because I know that you started with your sister, like what gave you really the drive to really take it further, take it another step, and start helping everybody else. And I know that people are tremendously grateful for you and all of the things that you do and that you have done over the years. But what gave you that drive to take it even further than your sister? Because I can only imagine, somebody that starts doing it for a loved one and all the work that goes into it. Like, I could imagine them saying, okay, I can't do this for nobody else, or this is just too much and I can't take on, like, this
Yeah.
is a big, undertaking to take it on, for the world now, and
Yeah.
not just for my sister. Like, what gave you that drive and that passion to take it a step further?
It was 2008 Special Olympics when the Albany Parks and Recreation, that's where we are. Um it was announced on the news. They said it was going to start a program for Special Olympics, and the very next day, me and my sister signed up. And when I had the opportunity to meet so many great athletes, those are my babies. Like right now, if I check my phone right now, I probably have about 2 or 3 texts to me right now. But 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 yeah, it was really that, having the opportunity to do different sports with them, having the opportunity to travel with them, to cry with them, to just sit and talk to them and see them grow. You know, it was really Special Olympics. That's why I'm still with it because I see it.
Like you talk about how you never really spoke too much about it, and you didn't necessarily take the credit. So how does it feel now for the world, to now be seeing that this is what she's doing, and she's been doing all of this, and she's responsible for this? Like, how does it feel to be celebrated, for the things?
To understand why they can understand now, why am I always smiling? They always try to figure me out. And like I said, I'm a private person. I'm very private. And they're like, we're trying to figure you out. There's something about you, but we just can't.
I think that's the thing with us as a people. I think that's something with us as a people, though, that everybody is always trying to figure us out because we be having it together. We have it so well put together. And
and some people would throw in the towel, but I just couldn't because it's people that's looking up to us. I just
it's people that need you.
Yeah, people that need us and stuff like that. And like with education, I really was about to throw in the towel, and what happened? I had to find something else. And that's why I turned to special education, and I've loved that. And I've been doing it for 3 years. So yeah. Every time you get tired, you just have to find something else. You just got to keep it going. You might not like it, but find something close to it. Still working with students, but find a different avenue.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. But Special Olympics, I'm not giving up on Special Olympics.
I like what you said. People try to figure out. I think that's with me. I went through so much turmoil, and like I said, I felt like I was literally a mama bear clawing for help for my child. And so now that I'm, we've been the podcasting, and like we've been nominated for awards and stuff. I'm doing things that I'm hosting an award show this weekend. I never thought, if you would talk to me even 5 years ago, and where I was in my journey with my daughter, I never thought that I would be there, but it took so much of me. I put everything into her. I stopped almost everything I was doing, all my hopes and dreams, and said, I got to deal with her first. She's my first priority.
Yeah.
And now I appreciate everything that I do, and I'm so happy. I'm happy to be here. So when I go to events and I'm smiling and stuff, y'all won't understand. My daughter just beat me up earlier. She just had me in the hair. You don't even know.
You don't know.
I'm just appreciative of my life, and I feel like I didn't already cry them tears. I didn't already felt them feelings. I didn't already been there. So now it's my time to celebrate me. It's time for me, But they say, mama got to have a life too, but I got to live my life now.
But you'll be surprised how many people are, behind the scenes, they are watching us. They are watching us. And, sometimes they want us to slip. But guess what? We got God. We got God.
Please.
We got God.
I couldn't imagine hating knowing what I go through, knowing that I'm a single mom of a special needs child, sole caretaker, doing it on my own, nobody helping me except my mama. Can I throw that in there? But knowing that and then still hating on me.
Yeah.
But didn't I just tell you the other day
that you gotta take that up with your therapist and the Lord, because there ain't nothing I can do if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Kat and I have this conversation all the time. Didn't I just tell you the other day, they are watching you, Kat?
They're watching you. They're watching you.
I'm like, they watching us.
They are.
Because, Kat and I were saying, I don't know how this happened and why is this, and they are watching us.
Yeah, they're watching.
They are watching.
You'll be surprised how many people, if you post on Facebook, they might not like your post, but they're watching you.
And they'll tell you, hey, I seen that post. And I'm like, how the heck you see my okay.
Yeah.
I'm side-eyeing you now.
People are absolutely watching. And I firmly believe that God is opening doors for you, Kat, because of the way that you have lived your life and the way that you put everything to the side to make sure that Michaela was good. And, there's so much stuff that you have wanted to do in your media career. You have the schooling, you have the degree. There's so much that you have wanted to do that you haven't been able to do because you took the unselfish route and you put everything down and made sure that Michaela was good. And now you see that the doors are opening for you. Look at you.
I'm over here about to cry.
Yeah.
This last year you've been,
because what we want,
I mean,
that's not what he want. He don't want that. The path that we try to travel. Oh no. That's not the path he wants us to travel.
You
but
know,
we're gonna still end up where he wants us to be, though.
Absolutely. Because look at when we launched Transcending the Culture, or Transcending the Culture was already going. So then when you came in on Transcending the Culture and you were saying, I've been trying to do all these things and this is what I've wanted to do. And we've been doing this for 3 years now. We've built our audience. We built an audience who follows us and they keep up with us even when we are not as consistent as we want to be because life is going on. And you yourself know that I have built this network and this whole company around life and life happening. I've worked with the major media, and there's no media place that you and I can go and work at where when life happens, we could say, okay, we're not going to go on today, or we're not going to do the show tonight. And we didn't do a show last Wednesday because life was happening. And here we are back this Wednesday, and the people was emailing us, "Is you having a show tomorrow?" And because they keep up with us. But I say that because when we started this show, you had like a laundry list of all the things that you wanted to do. And I said in the beginning, just be patient. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And look at this last year. You have been hosting. People are calling you out the blue. Like, can you host this? And can you host that? And you are hosting an award show. You are nominated for an award for this coming weekend. The podcast is nominated for an award this coming weekend. Like, there's a lot of things that we're doing, and God is opening up these doors because you took the time that you knew needed to be taken, and you put everything to the side and said, I'm going to make sure that Michaela's good. And now Michaela's good. Michaela getting ready to graduate high school.
And you're getting rewarded for it. And you're getting your award. You're getting an award for it, baby.
How many other single mothers who are dealing with everyday life, day in, day out, and the stuff that you deal with that we ain't gonna put on video, but the stuff that you deal with, that you and I both know that you deal with in terms of mothering, and like the stuff that you did. How many do you know that can handle all of that and handle the mental psychosis too when that jump off, because we all got it happening. And then come back around and still be able to pull this kind of stuff off and do the things that you're doing and be nominated for awards and be asked to do comedy shows that you couldn't do this past week because life was happening, but now you get to do it again. They looking for you. And the reason why they keep asking you even when you can't do it, and they keep asking you because there's a lot going on, and they know that you are genuine. They know that you are authentic. They know that you ain't playing no games. They know that you making sure that your kid is good. And how many other mothers are going to do that? They're going to look out for themselves and say everything else is going to be okay, or try to find somebody else to figure it out. But you figuring it out. And then you and I, we work super well together. So if I can't come on, I know you got it. If you can't come on, you know I got it. If you can't come on, I know you're going to be in the comments. And if I can't come on, you know I'm going to be in the comment. Like, it's good. And it's the same thing with our guests today, because it's really supposed to be about our guests today.
That's fine. Every now and then, you just have to speak about his goodness. You have to speak about his goodness because he's just so, we just have to praise him every night, every time. We have to.
But we praise you too, because and I reiterate the fact that you are doing so many things that the average teacher is not gonna do because it's not part of their job. And it's that, but you're doing this stuff because it's your love and it's your passion. And let me tell you how far that go. Like, I love it. I love it. That's why it was so imperative for us to have you on the platform, even though, and I hadn't mentioned to everybody, but everybody needs to know that you're going to be on the cover of the next issue of UG Digital Magazine. And that was obviously the purpose of you coming on tonight. But I just felt like it was imperative for our audience to be able to see you and see who you are. And because that's going to give them even more of a reason to download this full issue that we're going to do, because we really had just been doing digital issues. We finna put a full issue. Like, this is really, really exciting. I'm so glad that you were able to come onto the platform and really
you.
tell us about your life and everything it is that you're doing. And this ain't the last time that you're gonna be on. So you know you're
Oh,
coming back because you're family now.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you so much for pouring into me. And it's always nice to talk to someone who really knows and who really
Yeah.
cares, you know, a like-hearted individual as yourself. So thank you so much. Is there
You're welcome.
anything you want to say or leave our audience with, or you want them to know?
Just remember that all these students, all these family members, all the community, anybody that has special needs, they're destined for greatness. They are
Absolutely.
destined for greatness.
Absolutely.
And how can people keep up with you and follow you?
I am only on Facebook,
That's
Natasha
okay.
Luster. Until then, Natasha Luster, I am on Facebook.
Okay, and you guys can check out all the information about our new cover model on our latest edition.
And hey, cousin Kathy, I see you down there. Cousin Kathy is the reason why Kat is the way that she is because
My mama raised
cousin
four
Kathy
girls,
ain't
so
no joke.
she
So
ain't no joke. She raised four strong women, so it was like I had no choice. It's like what they say. I see my mama do it, so I know
right,
it can be
Yeah,
done. You
right.
know,
yeah,
I know it can be done. So it's
yeah,
important to have your mentors and really reach out to people in your community. So you are somebody that people know now. If there's something that you need right there, yes.
yeah.
If you need anything to know about the Special Olympics, because honey, I'm about to Kayla. We about to get you on the track, honey. Come on, we gotta get you to practice because
Yep,
I'm trying to be
yep,
at the next Special Olympics.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Night shine. Yes, ma'am. That
Hmm.
prom, ma'am, do all of that. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Well, I
Well,
am.
thank you. I was gonna say thank you
Okay,
so much
yeah.
for everything that you
So
said,
welcome.
and just thank you for being here.
Oh,
Go
I'm really
ahead,
echo-
James.
no, I'm really echoing those same sentiments. I was just going to say that I'm super grateful to you for coming onto the platform. I know that you and I are obviously going to talk some more because you're going to be on the cover of the next issue,
yeah.
which I think is amazing. And I think that so much more is going to come for that. I appreciate everybody. There's been so many people in the comments. Brandy, thank you so much. Cousin Ty, look, I'm just getting to know Cousin Ty. But Cousin Ty, thank you so much for being down there. Cousin Kathy, thank you for being down there. Usually Cat sisters are usually in the chat. If
Mhm.
they
They're traveling. They're
but
traveling the world.
I was
You know
gonna
them.
say I know
Them girls.
they
Them
be all
girls.
over the place. They
I saw my sister
they
the other day. I said, "How's the weather in Cali?" She said, "I'm in Houston." I said, "Let me hang up. I don't know what's going on. I'll mind my business because I obviously don't know."
yeah,
Yeah.
but we have a lot of supporters, and I know that they were equally grateful and excited to see you here on the
Mhm.
platform tonight. So I guess I'm gonna say, do you have any kind of final words, final comments, or anything? Or
I really enjoyed being on your show. Was able to really just get to know, you
yeah,
two, and I am so blessed and fortunate to just tell people about my life. Like I said, a lot of people don't know who I am.
yeah,
So
yeah,
this was the opportunity to really express and tell them how
absolutely.
what I got going on.
No, I think this was great. Thank you so much, Darrell. Listen, when I say Darrell is good people, Darrell is good people. He sent me all the greats. So I definitely was excited to get you on, but we'll talk some more. But thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
You
you.
guys make sure that you follow her on Facebook. Make sure that you guys are liked and subscribed to the channel and all of that stuff too. But thank you so much for coming on. And
Thank you.
then we'll talk over the coming days about the issue and get a date set for the release and all that stuff.
Okay.
Exciting.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night. I knew y'all was gonna hit it off, Kat. I knew y'all was gonna hit it off.
Hmm.
I knew
Love
y'all was
her. Love
gonna
her.
hit it off. But
And sometimes you need. I needed that. I needed that for
yeah,
like I said. I be going through it, honey.
I was
So
gonna tell
sometimes
you
you
all
just.
that. Like I meant every word that I said. Like God is opening these doors for you now because of what you did. Like you were selfless and you know moving the way that you moved and doing the stuff that you did to make sure that Michaela was good. And God be watching. I, 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 I guess maybe over the last couple of years, I've become a whole lot more. I don't know if I want to say that I've become more spiritual, but I just see where God is working. I see where God is working. I say all the time, like God be working all the time. And he
Yeah.
is absolutely working because the world is beginning to see who you are. And that's all I wanted. When I begged you to come into the fold, I was like, I'm gonna catch her one day. When I begged you to come in, I'm like, Tiffany, did you talk to her? I'm gonna catch her one day. I was like, maybe she don't want to be doing this.
Maybe.
I never saw it going the way that it went, where you was gonna come in the fold, and then Tiffany was gonna drop out. I didn't see
Man,
that at all, but
who would have thought?
I absolutely did not see that coming. However, I think that everything everything happened the way that it was supposed to. And
Hmm.
listen, we you and I both know that the door, the window, everything is always open, for Tiffany to come and kick it with us and chill with us and do this,
Always.
all that kind
Hmm.
of stuff. And especially for the Legend Awards this weekend if she wanted to go and all that kind of stuff. But I think that this was destined though. It was absolutely destined for you to come in and be a part of it. And I knew from when you came in, I said I need for this to really grow into something big for her and for
Hmm.
her to be able to get some of the stuff that she really wants out of the deal. Like it's not just about doing this podcast or anything like that. Obviously we want to build a name for ourselves, but I just was like, I want her to be able to get something because if she don't get nothing out of it, then what's the point of her doing it? And then of course, like I keep saying, life be happening, and
Hmm.
something might be happening with Michaela, or you might get sick, or we might just need a mental moment, or
Or
I
it's been
mean,
storming so much. We've been
yeah, or
the
storming,
weather.
the
The weather
internet
was
going out.
last week it was just terrible.
Yeah,
So
and it's like,
um
and life was happening for me. The storm was happening for you last week, so that's why we didn't do the show last week. Life was happening for me, and I don't have no qualms about saying life be happening, man, and life was happening last week, and
Mhm.
not in a bad way. But I was just, I be out moving and shaking and hustling and making some money or whatever, and I was like, on a for real, for real. Thank you, Mother Nature, because I really need to get back out there and make some more money. So I'm like, thank you, Mother Nature. When you called me, I was like, oh shit, I wasn't planning on going. No, I wasn't planning on the storm letting us do it in no way. Shit, I'm gonna pull in the Walmart. No, we ain't doing no show tonight.
I couldn't believe that. I said, "Oh well, are we gonna get
I
back
was
on?" You
I was
said, "We
like
already had this conversation, girl. I'm gone." I
I
was
was
like,
like,
"Oh."
oh shit. She must have been planning on getting on the show tonight. I was like, shit, girl, we had this conversation already. I'm up and pull in the Walmart. I don't know what you talking about.
I
We
said,
ain't doing
"Oh."
no show tonight.
So you
But
said, I
but
said, "Well, let me lay on back down."
but that's why. But that's the way. I built this to be able to work around life because I have worked for Radio One. I've done my thing for BET. I've done all this other stuff, and I'm just like, there's no organization that you can go and work for, and then when shit go down or whatever, you can step away when you need to step away and be able to take
Hmm.
care of what you need to take care of, and then come back. Like it just don't work like that unless you got your own thing. So
Mm,
that's
yeah.
the reason why I built it out the way that I built it. So this is working, and God see what we doing. Like we doing right by people. We don't fuck nobody over. Like
Hmm.
we try to be right with folks. We try to share information. We try to connect people with folks, and they stab us in the back, and I just keep on moving, and
Ain't that the truth?
it
Ain't that
just
the truth?
listen. My back hurting, baby.
Like
I know
hurting
you
from
be
all
seeing
them,
see, I, look, I
all
know
them
you be
daggers.
seeing me sitting here and moving in this chair like this, man. I done got stabbed in the back so many times, and I'm just like, it is what it
Hmm.
is because
Hmm.
I am not gonna not be solid because somebody else want to be an ass or whatever. So I just try to do right by folks, and that shit pay off. That shit
It
pay off.
does. It
We got
does.
nominations and didn't even expect the shit because I mean
I did.
we just like everybody else and be like, I ain't doing shit. I ain't did nothing out here. And shit, here we the fuck around and got nominated. I don't care. That's all I need is just
Hmm.
just to know that I'm seen. Now, if we get the award, hell yeah. But
They're gonna see me.
if we
But she
don't,
said they like me. They
I'm like
really
Tiana
like me.
Taylor on this shit. The way everybody thought she was getting that Oscar and she ain't get it, but she was still singing and praising for the people that got it.
You
I
ain't
ain't,
see her. She was the baddest thing walking that
man,
night.
listen,
She did not. So
listen here.
that's why I said I'm excited. I'm excited.
But what I will say is that hard work pay off, because now that we done got to talking about the Legend Awards, we gonna put our Legend Award up here because
Ooh,
we
wait,
showed
push it up a
did
little
win
bit,
last year.
cousin. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
We showed up did
Yeah.
win last year. The IBC Award, James
Clock
Johnson.
it.
I ain't mad at him. So
Clock it.
and again, for anybody who wasn't paying attention, the Legend Awards is going on this weekend. It's so many amazing artists from
April
all around
26th,
Ohio,
Sunday.
all around Ohio,
And
Cleveland,
they have a
Columbus,
lot of people from
Cincinnati.
Detroit as well.
Yeah, Detroit. Like,
We have a lot of artists. I have an artist from Akron, a new artist. His name is Trappa. He is making some waves in the community. When I tell you that he been on the Ohio Chips page, and
mhm.
they've been calling him one of the greatest to come out of Akron. So guys, make sure that you are at the Legend Wars, because Trappa will be on the red carpet and open for interviews. So we're
Listen,
gonna have some heat
we're gonna be
coming your way. I cannot wait.
we're gonna be talking to everybody on the red carpet. It's gonna be so dope, so live. I'm so excited. That's going down this coming Sunday. Uh Kane is gonna be there. Wishbone is gonna be there.
I
Both
know. I can't
are
believe
being
that,
honored.
man.
It's gonna be really, really dope. They doing some really, really big things this time around, and they did last time as well. But listen, it's even better. It's even better this time. So I'm looking forward to it. We are gonna have some live moments on the carpet so that you guys are able to see. Um, it's going down. It's going down. So what's up, Cat Cat? What's happening? What's happening out there in these streets? Let's say
In these
I've been on
streets.
the Housewives of Atlanta. I am so on the Housewives of Atlanta, like
You gotta
K
feel you gotta
Michelle.
feel me. You gotta fill me
K
in. Cause
Michelle
I
is
need to really
talking to me. Listen.
I think I'm gonna try to binge that the next couple days, because I have some different stuff that I need to get done. So maybe I'll just put that on. But I know that Pinky Cole from Slutty Vegan is on there. I
Yeah,
know that she has been getting to it with Phaedra.
yeah.
She was talking about Phaedra's wigs, and I'm like, Phaedra's wig always beautiful and secure. Phaedra's got a famous wig. Her and dang near Kim Zolciak. So I don't know why the heck you coming after her wig, and they said she Pinky Cole was up there looked like a tennis ball. So I don't know what.
What is what is what is happening with Kim Zolciak right now?
Well, actually, we are bereaved because someone in her life, a very important person, passed today.
Ooh.
Big Papa. I know you remember Kim Zolciak's sugar daddy.
I
Y'all,
do, but I hadn't heard nothing
Big
about
Papa.
that.
According to TMZ.com, Big Papa went on to glory today, y'all. So,
Oh wow.
dang, we lost a good one. You know I love a good sugar daddy. So
Oh wow.
he was probably one of the most famous sugar daddies. Like, he was a
Yeah.
great one for her. He stayed behind the scenes. He gave her some money. He ain't do too much talking, but rest in peace to him. They said he went on to glory today. Relatively young too. I think he was only like, what did they say, 58 or 68?
Oh wow. And see,
Um,
I assumed it was somebody that was geriatric or whatever. I don't know.
he
Because you never saw you never saw him.
has died at 68. They showed him one time, and he was the only he wasn't old, he just was married. That was the only problem. He just was married. And remember what Nene say, close your legs to married men. That's I like to do her little quotes. Her quotes is funny. My favorite one is bling bling bling, bitches is mad.
Right,
The
right,
dude
right.
gave her that much when she was messing with a married man. Funny how that worked. But yeah, you're gonna have to get me hip on the Housewives. So what's going on the new season? I know it's a brand new season.
I've only seen I saw the first episode and then I saw clips of the second episode. And when I tell you that K Michelle came to give you a show. Like she came to give you a show.
So
Um
I saw a clip about her butt leaking. They
I
was
don't.
saying her booty was leaking and Portia was making fun of her.
Well, it was something, and I watched the clip because I think I actually texted you or I called you maybe after the clip that I saw where they was talking about an abortion or something. And
Well, this is so K Michelle, people know K Michelle got illegal butt shots a long time
right,
ago.
right,
And unfortunately, she's someone that suffered a lot of long-term complications from it.
uh,
And the complications really get worse during the removals. And she's had a probably, I want to say 10 plus removals.
yeah,
And every removal they tell her this is gonna be the last one. Well, one of the reasons why she's having so many issues because her body is rejecting the stuff. So when they put butt shots in there, it could be all different types of solutions and
yeah,
different ingredients. And a lot of it sometimes is an industrial oil or like a glue. And so what happens is your body is trying to push it out.
uh-huh,
Like, you know how you ever stuck got a splinter and it's stuck and then in a couple days it could, work
yeah,
its way out.
yeah,
That's essentially what's happening is the oils and the stuff is coming out. So she said when she sits down, well, this is just the clip I saw. She said she sat down and when she got up, it was all wet and she was super embarrassed. And she said she's been having these moments on concert and everything. And I guess Portia, with her dum diddy dum dum, how she be acting.
right,
She said that, oh, I had thought you had got an abortion or something and you was leaking or something was going on. So now she
okay,
mad at Portia for thinking that she was leaking for some other reason. Which Portia's very slow, but she also be trying to be shady. So
yeah,
she felt like she was trying to, she was really opening up. And K Michelle, we've seen this happen on Love and Hip Hop where I forget who she was fighting and she had an IV in her arm and
uh-huh,
um she when she opens up to people about that, they really, especially how she is and very boisterous and loud and get into it with people, that's the first thing they gonna talk about. So I know she's heard that before, so it's just I don't know, but I need to really get into this.
yeah. I know you remember her comments about the Underground Railroad.
So where's the interest at? So they didn't hear the train. They didn't hear the train that night. Girl, you thinking black people and your grandfather is one of the lead was one of
Right,
the most influential people in the civil rights era,
uh-huh,
and you don't know the Underground Railroad was a metaphor? Oh, girl, we got bigger problems than that. We got bigger problems if that's what you
right,
got going
right,
on, Portia. But she's kind of always been real ditzy and dingy and stuff.
yeah,
And you would think that maybe with age things, would change. But I don't know. I don't know about that girl. She's just doing too much. So in other news, we see the FBI had paid Tokyo Tony, who is Black China's mom, a visit
okay,
um because she has been posting going on a rampage about China. And usually what happens is she asks China for some kind of money or car or whatever she's asking for, and China probably said no. So
mhm,
she went on how she's ungrateful and blah blah blah. Do you know this lady sat up there and said, I'm going to Marvin Gaye her?
ooh,
So
oh,
she
wow,
said that about her own child.
yeah,
So many people reported that, and her behavior was so concerning that the actual, the FBI took some time out of their busy schedules to come and pay her a visit and let her know that those are criminal threats, and you really
right,
need to be careful. Like, what? How do you feel? How would you feel if your parents said, "I'm a Marvin Gaye you"? Do you know what that means? What they say?
that's great, that's crazy,
Like that means that's really like you're gonna kill his father killed him. Like, so that's what you want to do. And so she tried to flip it around. I guess she has some kind of documentary that came out, I don't know, but she kept telling her, watch my documentary, you'll know everything and blah blah blah. Ma'am, just stop threatening your daughter online. That's all. That's all we
that's
need.
that's enough,
And it's sad because this lady is tied to one of the most influential families in America,
yeah.
and you still run around with crusty red lipstick all over your lips and your teeth. Come on, man. I just don't get it. Like, and it's very reminiscent of, and this is something else I wanted to talk about, reminiscent of Lamar Odom's father. Have you heard about the documentary that he had come out on Hulu?
I did. I heard a little bit about it. Um,
This man don't have no shame. He
yeah,
don't have no shame, James. It
really,
made me look at him. Honestly, it made me side eye him even more and have even more respect than I've had for Khloe Kardashian.
yeah.
She went through a lot with both of her big loves in her life, but to really hear how he did her. So if you guys don't know, he had a documentary, you can catch it on Hulu. And he actually convinced Chloe to be in a documentary. So she did not see the final cut until we're all seeing it together, right?
Mhm.
Do you know this man sat up there and said that when
He never
he
loved
met
her.
her, he saw her as being a better life, and he was the one to rush to get married, and he knew that it was going to change his life, and he was going to have access to money and this and that and the third. And so he was just cheating on her left and right. And I was one of the people that watched the Chloe Lamar show, so I was up to date on what the stuff he did. But by the
Mhm,
time he went to the bunny ranch, and he had the heart attacks and the strokes. He had like 12 heart attacks and 2 strokes or something.
mhm.
And you want to know what it was from? It wasn't from the crack rocks. They say the crackheads don't die. So it wasn't from the crack, y'all. Guess what the thing what the heart attacks was caused by?
What?
They said this man took more than 10 plus male performance enhancement
Oh wow!
pills. So basically, he was popping Viagra's like they was candy. You only supposed to have one in 12 hours. They said that man had 10 times the dose that is recommended in his
God
body.
damn.
And he was at the Bunny Ranch. If you guys don't know what that is, out in Vegas, where prostitution is legal. So he went there for a weekend, and they said he was just on a rampage. He was just doing drugs and having a lot of women and just doing a lot. So Chloe and his divorce was final, but the judge did not what is it called, where they stamp it and whatever. So when he got life flighted to the hospital and stuff, his family thought, because they were celebrating that they got divorced, that they would have power of attorney. So his father, Chloe rushed there. They didn't know Chloe was gonna come. Chloe rushed there, and his father told her to pull the plug so we can get the life insurance.
I remember that. Yeah.
So she luckily she was able to prove that their divorce wasn't final and that she had power of attorney, and she worked around the clock. And when they said that she did some kind of experimental something where they was like, he only got a 20% chance if you do this and whatever. So she went ahead with that, and he ended up making a full recovery. But what this man didn't tell her was, when he left the hospital, he acted like he couldn't talk, he couldn't walk, he couldn't move his arms, he was catatonic. And so
Mhm.
she had got him a place, because keep in mind, I don't owe you nothing.
Right.
She paid for a house and around the clock nursing service. Do
Mhm.
you know this man, when she left to go get food or whatever she needed to get supplies for the house, when she came back, she said she came into the house that she just bought for him, and she could smell the smell of crack in the air.
Oh wow.
Now, how, if you just so
Yeah.
paralyzed, how the heck you order crack to the house?
Right.
How did you do it? But they said that he even said it himself. He said that he lied about not being able to do stuff because he wanted to, basically, for her to take care of him.
Wow.
And it sucks because your dad wanted to take you off. She said she gave his dad $100, a pack of cigarettes, and a pair of shoes, and then sent the dad on his way. That's all he wanted. And it was just sucks because he said he didn't love her. He never loved her. He just wanted a better life for himself. She don't know him like that, and whatever, whatever. And I was cheating on her, and I was doing this. And at the end, they had asked him, like, well, do you feel like she saved you? Do you feel like, is there anything you want to say to her? Like, thank her, for being there and really saving you from that situation. And he said, God saved me. Thank God.
Wow.
So they saw her, she had reacted to it and has said that she's not doing anything ever with him. She's not, no contact with him. And she said, and I believe this too. I will say that I feel like he is lying. As somebody that watched the show, I mean, even people could fake feelings and stuff, but I do feel like at one point in time there was a love, or
I think so.
some kind of affection between them. But it just sucks when you literally save somebody's life, and then they do that to you. And then she had it really happen with Tristan Thompson as well. So
Yeah.
um we see Kim Kardashian has a new paramour,
I saw that.
Lewis Hamilton,
Yeah.
and he is rumored to be an ex-boyfriend of her sister Kendall Jenner's.
Oh,
So that's just a little,
that's
little birdie.
yeah, that's
But
interesting. But
they've always done that. A few of them
I was
have
gonna
dated
say
French.
I was gonna say they do that kind of shit, but
They do that. Few of them have dated. And this is all allegedly and rumors. Few of them have dated ASAP Rocky. A few of them have dated French Montana. A few of them have dated Travis Scott. So they kind of are used to shuffling these dudes. But the world is kind of going crazy right now because this is the first relationship she's had in a while. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Now, in other relationship news, this the relationship news everybody been talking about, setting the world on buzz. Singer Tina Campbell from Mary Mary, her husband filed for divorce from her. Let me repeat that. Tina Campbell's husband, that has been known allegedly as a cheater and manipulator, has filed for divorce from her. And now allegations are coming out. People are coming out the woodwork. There have
alleged,
been
alleged.
allegedly,
It is alleged.
this is
Yeah,
still
it is
allegedly,
alleged.
still, not proven, but there are allegedly two men that have come forward to say that they've had personal relationships with him. And there have been also people that have went on tour with them that says he has been inappropriate through the whole time, and that she was sort of privy to some of this information. So it's going to be really interesting to see what really comes out, especially with the divorce proceedings. So what do you think about that, James?
Um, I'm just eager to see what comes out of it. Like I thought, you can't tell people you can't tell people how to move or maneuver, in those kind of situations. I didn't think that she should have like reconciled with him or went back with him, after the like public humiliation is a whole nother beast.
It's a whole nother. Uh-huh.
It's a whole nother beast. And I just think that the
Hmm.
way that went down through the reality show and all of that stuff, like I felt like that was I think that in my life or in my situation, that would be something that would be unforgivable. But
Hmm.
for whatever reason, whether it was God or whatever, she chose to, try to reconcile through it and all of that kind of stuff. I feel like that's to me, I feel like it's unforgivable. But everybody moves different, so it is what it is. She ain't on my favorite list right now anyway because and you know why, and she ain't been on it for a long time.
She's a
So
thumper. She's a
I'm not
trumper.
saying I'm not saying that she deserves this type of hurt or
Hmm.
anything like that, but I am looking to see kind of what comes out of it because like when it was first announced, I was like, they probably been separated for some time or whatever anyway. And if that's really the case, that then it might not even be hitting or sting. It might just be something that is just now hitting the news or whatever because he filed for the divorce or whatever. But I think that there's a motive in terms of him filing versus her filing or whatever. Um, so I'm just, I don't know, but I am looking to see how it comes out though. The biggest buzz out of all of it was that Erica was celebrating her
That
anniversary
was the.
with what's his name? I don't know why. I don't
I don't know. I never was interested in neither one of them husbands. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100.
know.
I didn't like either one of them. But I do think it was just really in poor taste. I think it was in poor
And
taste.
I mean, there's
Um,
there's alleged history of him cheating too. So I mean,
exactly.
it is what it is. But they were they were
And
celebrating
especially,
their vows or renewing their vows or
yeah,
whatever.
renewing their vows, and
It just was
been
funny
married
that it all was
25
happening at
years.
the same time, and
It
people
was
thought that
just
she was
like,
being kind of cold or heartless because of the fact that Tina was going through what she was going through.
I,
But
I honestly think it was a little shady. Do I think she's wrong for posting her and her husband stuff? No, you can never be wrong about posting about your anniversary. But do I think it was a little shade from her? I do think it was. I do think it was a little bit of that. And
you might,
things
you
with
might be right.
sisters is, with sisters, you never know. Me and my sisters could be the
Yeah,
best of friends, and right now I'm beefing with this one, and this one ain't talking to this one, and this one pissed at this one, and this one then shaded this one and made a subliminal stat. That's how sisters are. And I be telling people, don't get in the middle of sister stuff because they'll be messed up one minute and be cool the next, and you'll be on the out. So don't
but I've
get in
always
between
wondered.
sisters.
I have wondered, for the past several years, how their relationship actually is now because I feel like Erica Campbell's solo career really only happened because Tina didn't want to do Mary Mary anymore.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think
That
it
was
was.
the whole big thing,
I
and a
don't
lot
think
of
it was
it
something that,
was, a lot
like,
of
I
it
don't think it
came
was
out
something that she
of.
just set out to do. I think she was doing it because Tina didn't really want to do Mary Mary anymore or whatever. And then Tina ended up doing a solo project, but that solo project didn't really do well though.
Well,
Um,
she had
and
wanted to not
Warren Campbell, that's
Warren,
that's Erica's
Warren.
husband name.
Hmm.
I'm like, why can't I remember his name? I told you Alzheimer's setting in, but but yeah,
Yeah, she wanted to stop touring so much because it was a strain on their marriage, which it was
yeah,
alleged a strain on Erica and Wayne's marriage as well. Both of them were touring with them, and it
yeah,
was rumors of their infidelities and stuff when they would go to different stops. They
uh,
would go to stops, and Mary would perform and go back to the hotel, and the men would be going to the bars and stuff.
mhm,
So that's something that allegedly has been going on for years. So it just was like, they had a lot of riffs on the show, and
yeah,
it was just like, she tried to protect her marriage, but it was like, look what happened now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I hope that they can really, right now would be a good time for them to come together and do a project together, do another Mary Mary album. Um, I think people are kind of, I would think, well, with the political, but people, people support a lot of polarizing political people. But I just think maybe that would be, they got a lot of eyes on them right now. So it might be, people love a good heartbreak. So she could do a triumphant,
yeah.
album or something like that. That might be something they can do because I always loved Mary Mary. So
I do too. I do
it's
too.
gonna be interesting to see what happens, and we're gonna see if it's any more people coming out the woodwork, because remember Tiger, it was one girl, one girl, so
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
interesting to see if there are going to be more people coming out. So this is the final thing I wanted to talk about, y'all. This song has been going viral all over social media and TikTok and stuff, and this is a song that was came out back in the day, but it's the person that sings it is not too fond of us reliving this memory. And what I'm talking about is the crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, three cheeses, ranch dressing,
Right.
wrapped in a flour tortilla, crispy
Oh,
chicken. When I say I've been singing that all week, crispy chicken, fresh lettuce. When I tell you I went to McDonald's and got a snack wrap because I was like, damn, you know what? She was. Them ingredients did sound pretty good, Mary. Um, Mary is mad because everybody and their mama is singing crispy chicken, and she's blocking people. She's blocking people online. If you go viral for singing that crispy chicken, you will be blocked by Mary. She recently was on a podcast and she was talking about one of the moments, and they were asking, can you laugh about it now? And I think she really made a misstep. And it's not, I don't think it was actually I don't think it was an intentional misstep. I think she really feels how she feels.
yeah.
But she really was saying, she was embarrassed by it, and it really ruined a lot of
Well, here's the question.
endorsements and things that she had going on. Yes.
So here's the question that I have because she was on House Guest. She was on House Guest with Scott Evans because I actually
Mm,
I
mhm,
watched the episode
mhm.
and saw when they were talking about it, which it actually was a really good interview. But what was the whole hoopla over it? Because I guess I don't really know why people were so upset about it.
No, this is what it was. Okay, so when that came out, it came out at a very interesting time. So you have to remember that celebrities used to do these commercials all the time.
Yeah.
They would have, Justin Timberlake, ba da ba ba ba, I'm loving it, and they would do all the little songs and stuff. So back then, it wasn't uncommon for a celebrity to do a song like that. Now, when it came out, it was around the internet era. So back in the day, a commercial air, we'll laugh about it, and then in about 6 months, it's off the air. Nobody thinking
Yeah.
about it. It was one of the first kind of commercials that went viral online where people were laughing at it. Um, and I feel like the people that were laughing, the people that were uploading it were people of my era, millennials. And millennials, we think everything is funny. We think everything's a joke. And so we were literally like laughing with her type of thing.
Yeah.
But she was going on a world tour, had a new album out. And if people don't know, that song is actually a parody of a single that she had coming out.
Right.
So it technically ruined that single because people weren't singing her single. Everybody's singing crispy chicken. I can't, if I hear that song, I'm gonna sing crispy chicken, Mary. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which I mean, nobody told you to parody your own song. You could have sung any crispy chicken to any beat. But I just feel like she lost a lot of endorsements, a lot of backers in her concert, and then people lost confidence in her because she was getting laughed at. And I think that I think the misstep that she took back in the day is the same misstep that she's taking now, which is it's okay to laugh at yourself. It's okay to,
Yeah.
to be a little funny, to be a little silly. Like I said, people of my era, we grew up from the first, the first YouTube videos where you had to get on there and really show your friend, like, oh, I'm about to log on to youtube.com. And,
Right.
so there were only so many viral moments. So it was something that stuck. But see, I come from the era of all the McDonald's songs. I mean, I like the McNugget loving, like I was singing fishy McBites, McBites, fishy McBites,
Right.
McBites. We had the little hand game, the welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? Like, to me, that is American culture, and low key, it's Black culture. Like, a lot of those theme songs are what put a lot of artists on the map of pop culture. Like,
Yeah.
even think about Michael Jackson and doing Pepsi commercials, and that was something that was not uncommon. I just think it came out in a time where people were able to put it on the internet and make fun of it. But I think that, especially now, I think that if she would have laughed with it, and
Yeah.
I think it could have become something funny. I think it's something that, she could have went viral. She could have had a viral moment. And people don't understand, those viral moments equal millions.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj, where people were doing it ain't, and they ain't saying nothing, and they mix it with the wake up in the morning and you walk outside, and so that literally made both of those songs sold copies,
Right.
thousands of copies, just from a viral moment. So I feel like if she would have, because what's going on now is, instead of you once again being in on a joke, we're laughing at you. Because Kiki Palmer even did it on her show, and she's like, I ain't gonna do it, but she still was already singing crispy chicken.
Right.
Everybody is doing it because it's going viral. Because at the end of the day, I never looked down on her or felt no kind of way from her
Right.
singing that.
Right.
I didn't look at her no different, but I just think that, the executives and people that are at that level, I think that sometimes there's a disconnect between how people did things in the old way and the new internet era. I think
Yeah.
sometimes they don't, and it was just at a time where people didn't know about the marketability of going viral. They didn't understand that. So I think that it was just ahead of her time. But I think that right now, if she could really laugh at it, laugh at herself, because if she was fun, it was funny as heck. Crispy chicken.
Yeah.
Yes, when I tell you I can't stop singing crispy chicken, I've been singing it all week. All
I
day
just
I was
was
just
like,
going
I
in
didn't really.
Michaela's room and doing it. And I don't think nobody really, the people that are fans and loved her, I never thought no different of her from doing that.
Yeah. Like I just. And I was like, maybe I'm just missing the mark, or maybe I'm just missing it all. But I didn't really get where all the upset came from. And
Yeah, I guess it ruined her single that was coming out, which it's like, girl, you win some, you lose some. So I
yeah.
just feel like she should have, at the point of right now, you have to learn to laugh at yourself. If it
You got
ain't you
to.
getting beat up or going to jail or, you know, deformed or, you know, unless it's some, it's a commercial. It ain't that deep. And I feel like Mary J has been on, you know, she did Power. She did a phenomenal job as Monet Tejada.
Absolutely.
I think she is one of the few singers that loses herself in acting. When I
But the
see Mary
thing,
J in a different project, I don't see Mary J. I see the character, and that is something
yeah,
that's hard to do. So I think she really needs to pat herself on the back and give herself some grace.
she should. And I think, you know, as far as her acting, like she actually, like she's been taking classes and going to a coach and
Mhm.
all of that kind of stuff. So um I think it has definitely paid off. And you know, that's why she does so well in the roles that she's doing. Um
She does so good. She was on this fantasy show called Umbrella Academy.
okay.
She was a time traveling um bounty hunter. She was a
Oh,
time traveling bounty hunter that was a mean jerk and had a partner in a ray gun.
oh
When I
wow.
tell you that I watched that show and she was that agent, she was not Mary J. When I say I completely would forget, like I would be out of it and be like, dang, I would be calling her Agent X or whatever her name was. I would be calling her that because I'm like, dang, she jacked up for hitting dude with the ray gun. You ain't got to do bro like that, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there thinking like, that's really Mary J. Like I get proud when I see that. Like I love seeing Candy acting and different people that are able to
Yeah.
really put them like an actor. You are supposed to be a blank canvas. You are not supposed to be. And you want to know somebody that gets on my nerves with that? Ariana Grande. Oh my gosh.
Has she been in anything lately or?
So she was just announced that she's going to be in the new installment of the Fockers franchise, the Meet the Fockers, and
Okay.
it's a show called, I think the movie is called Son of a Fokker or something, or
Okay.
something along the lines. It's about the son falling in love with Ariana Grande. She's the love interest. This girl, when I say she looks and acts like Ariana Grande, like not even like, and the thing is, you know what's really bothering me? She puts it in her contract that she gets to do her own makeup. And I just think that is a huge misstep for her because I cannot, even in Wicked, it was her makeup was so horrendous that it took me out of the movie. Like to the average person, you're not gonna notice. The average person just whatever, whatever. Like I was sitting there, my mom was like, "Oh, she looks so beautiful." I was over there like her lash over here falling off, lash falling. How you in eyes and your lash falling off, girl? Fix that. Um, but like if you look at the poster, she's making that, you know, that oh, I'm
Right.
Ariana Grande, you know, and
Right.
it's just like, and the thing is, she actually is a good comedic actress. You know, she came from Nickelodeon and those kind of, you
Mhm.
know, silly shows. So I think she would be good. But you, for an actor, you have to lose yourself. Like, remember when Mariah Carey was in Precious? I
Yeah.
didn't even, and that's my girl. At first, I didn't even know who that was because she became, and you know, Mariah Carey is a diva all about her looks. So
Right.
it for her to strip down for something like that, and I get that this is just a fun, lighthearted movie, but it just I don't really respect when people do that. Like it just kind of takes me out of it. I like to immerse myself in stuff and forget what's going on. I feel like Mary really has a talent for that. So I hope that she continues with a lot of her other acting, and I hope that there can be a day where she can laugh at this because, like I said, we're all laughing. We all laughing, and it's like, just girl, get over yourself. Like
Right.
I didn't fail in front of people, and my family be bringing up. Remember that time you fail? And it's like eventually I
Yeah.
had to just sit there and laugh and roll with the
Yeah.
punches because what can you do? It's in the past. Like you
Yeah.
know, you can't go back and change it. But
Right.
I think if she could see that it's just lighthearted fun. We love you. We respect you. We never thought no different of you.
Right.
And baby, when I say I love me some snack wraps and crispy chicken, baby, you did that thing. So to this day, the marketing is working because I showed went to, I know it was Burger King, but they ain't got them no more. So I showed went on over to the Mickey D's and said, crispy chicken, fresh lettuce. Like, pull around, ma'am, pull around. We don't got time for this. We
Right.
don't
Right.
got time for these answers. So that is all I got today for Cat Got Your Tongue. Just a little end on a little laugh.
Well, listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate our guest, Natasha Luster, tonight. Make sure that you guys follow
Yes.
her, Natasha Luster, on Facebook. Make sure that you guys follow us. I am I am James Grant. You can follow me on Instagram, on X, and Snapchat. And Cat Queen.
I am Cat Queen on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Follow me.
Right. And listen, again, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate everybody for checking in tonight. The comments were jumping. I see all these comments. Oh, geez, there was a lot of comments in there tonight. Yeah, we appreciate everybody for coming in. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back with another episode next Wednesday. We'll start posting about next week's guest very soon. Legend Awards this weekend. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, don't forget to get your tickets for the Legend Awards, and also we're gonna be posting about them. So make sure you're following our pages so you can keep up with all the red carpet things and all the interviews that we're gonna be doing.
Absolutely. So yeah, Legend Awards is this Sunday. And we'll have lots of posts, lots of content from that. And I think that's about it. New issue of UG Digital Magazine is going to be coming. Natasha Luster, our guest tonight, is going to be on the cover. And we're working on some other things that we'll get into very soon. But more importantly, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Each and every week. We appreciate you guys for tonight. And once again, thank you for all of the comments. Anything else, Kat?
Just thank you to Natasha and all the comments, and to James for really pouring into me tonight. Thank you so much. It was very appreciated. Yes.
All right, y'all. So we are checking out of here. Once again, we appreciate you guys, and we will catch you next time on the other side.
Bye.